Hello everyone, welcome to After Duty Vets, where we discuss what life is like after the military. I'd like to talk a little bit today about veterans adapting to civilians. One of the biggest things that we struggle with is adaptation. We, as veterans, come from all walks of life. We adapted to each other, so why are we struggling now? I remember back when I was in basic training, or boot camp, as some people call it, I looked across the room and I'm like, wow, I have nothing in common with these people. Some people had long hair, some people had short hair, some people were short, some people were tall, some people were big, some people were dark, some people were light, some people were from New York, some people were from the hills like me, some people were from the West Coast. We were all together. And I'm sitting there going, I have nothing in common with these people. How am I going to adapt to this? And you just looked across and they were nothing like you. And one of the first guys I started talking to was from New York City, and I'm a hillbilly. So, there's a lot that we had to adapt to. And I remember thinking how much I felt like a hillbilly there, because I was one of the few people from the mountains. I had farm boys and everything else were there, and I just felt uncomfortable and unease. But over time, I adjusted to it. At the time, I hadn't been anywhere off the East Coast. From Virginia, I went to Maryland down to South Carolina as far as I had went, and as far east as Kentucky and Tennessee, and that's it. That's all I had traveled. I got on my first airplane to go to basic training, I had nothing in common with a lot of these people. Even though we were different, we were forced to come together as a unit to make things happen from the beginning. This gave me a sense of belonging after a while, I became accustomed to that group that I was unfamiliar with. To the first night after we had gotten the, oh shit, what have I got myself into out of our heads, we woke up the next morning to somebody screaming and yelling at us and kicking trash cans and hitting beds and all that stuff. We all went and got our hair cut. So the one thing we had in common already was we were all bald. And that's something that I haven't overcome. I'm still bald to this day, but none of us had any hair. And you think it's silly, but that's kind of one of the things that we all had that in common after that. So we started to take shape. We were all starting to look like each other. Even though our differences were evident in the way we talked and acted and the way we thought, we still came together as a unit. We need to remember this when we get out. We adapted to all these people that were different from us. We need to adapt now to civilian life once we get out. That is one of the biggest things that we struggle with, is adapting to civilians, because we think that we're right and they're wrong a lot of times. And we don't want to adapt to their way of doing things. Well, and the reality is we have to, because we're living in their world now. What you need to remember is you've done it before and you can do it again. The key to surviving being a civilian is being adaptable to their world. So until next video, thank you very much and have a great day. Disclaimer: I'm a licensed mental health therapist in California. If you're searching for mental health help, please reach out to someone in your state. If you are within California, you can reach me at the email below. And if you're interested in coaching anywhere in the United States, you can reach out below also. These videos are for educational purposes only, and if you're thinking about suicide, please reach out and call 911.